Well, this is some of the gear that we're testing. We're testing 7,000, 5,000, 6,000, some of the different coils. And there's a lot more coils to pick from that. Some of the gear that we're testing. Hope it helps you. G'day guys. We're going to do a couple of tests on machines today, guys. We're going to do on machines and coils. I've got a 21 gram ball there, as I showed you earlier. It's a 21 gram lead ball, as we saw in our test patch. This is an 18-inch nugget finder with a 5,000 modified machine, a modified 5,000. We have the gain control at the 3 o'clock position with a frequency with 0. Frequency standard, gain at number 3, which is in the 3 o'clock position. We'll just see what the response will be. We're coming around the ground as if we're detecting. A little bit noisy. A little bit noisy still. This lead ball is a 350 mil. And we come around to the target now. We're coming to the target. Always make sure we're in balance. There's our target. Good response. Go around the ground again. You can hear there's nothing like it. If you think you hear a bit of a noise, balance out. No mistaking it. With the mod, you must always be balancing, Good response with the 18-inch round Advantage nugget finder with a modified 5,000. We'll keep trying other coils now. Okay, we've got the 6,000 now with the 17-inch coil over the same target. It's a lead ball, 21 gram lead ball. We'll see if the bigger coil makes a difference on the 6,000, see if we can get that. Make sure we're in balance. We're in manual sensitivity, maximum sensitivity on manual. Going around the ground. You can hear that. Coming up to the target. Unfortunately, on manual maximum manual sensitivity, the 17-inch coil does not get that on the 6,000. Okay guys, now we've got a Gpz 7000 with a 17-inch nugget finder coil, 17-inch by 13. Same target. We'll see what the response is on that. Settings are general, difficult, and sensitivity on 15. Coming around the ground, as we did before. Fairly steady, coming up to the target now. The 17-inch by 13 by 13 coil gets it, not a problem. Got to be going very, very slowly. Got to be walking very slowly to get that target. Go around the ground once again. As you can see, you've got to be moving very slowly with this machine. It's a slow moving machine. You can hear the noise in the ground. Coming up to the target once again. So you'll get the target with that coil on that, with the 17 by 13 on a 7000. We'll try a 14 inch on a 7000 and see if we can get it. We're testing the 14 inch standard coil on a Gpz 7000. Settings are general, difficult, sensitivity on 15. We've got the 21 gram ball, the target's been untouched. We're still, same target, it hasn't been moved. We're going to see what the response is like on the 14 inch on a standard 7000. As you can see, we're in balance. Coming up to the target. A little bit noisy. There's our target. It's a very, very faint target. Very, very faint. You could mistake it for ground noise as you're going around the ground. Coming back to the target again. There it is, there's the target. You can just get it. Just got to be moving slow with these 7000s. Very, very slowly. That's a 350mm deep, and that's a 21 gram ball of lead. Okay, we'll try the next one. Okay guys, now we're checking Gpz 7000 with a 19 inch, the big coil. It's general, difficult, and sensitivity on 15. Same target as we've got the 21 gram ball. We'll see what type of response the big coil can do on a 21 gram piece. These are more designed for larger gold. See what the response is like. Coming around the ground, remember we've got to be a slow moving machine these. If you are using a hip stick, they're very good for these type of coils. For these big coils, big heavy coils, hip sticks, you don't even feel the weight on your arm. Pretty well in balance, a little bit noisy ground, coming over the target now. Now it doesn't matter. We've got the target response is there. It doesn't matter the orientation of the coil, which direction you're going in. That's the reason I use round balls, because you can come in straight from an angle or you can come in straight from 90 degrees. The target response will always be the same because of the round symmetrical shape. You won't miss that. It's a very good target, very good response. They're the targets we've got to be listening for. You notice they're all on the dips. For the larger pieces, they're all on the dips. It's a very pretty hot ground around here. And that's the sound you're listening for in amongst all the other noise. When you think you hear something, just balance next to the target. See, you think you hear something there, just balance. And it's gone. Come back over this target. Nice and faint. Balance next to it. See if you can balance it out. Can't balance it. Balance it out again. Try it again. Staying in the same spot, and you can tell by your eye where you think your target is. The target will be always centered, won't move on you. If the target moves on you, walk away. Even try balancing around the other side, next to the target. But the target's still there. If it was ground noise, it would have maybe gone. You might dig the odd ground noise. See, you've got that dip and the rise, the dip and the rise. Okay, let's try some other coils and other machines with different responses. Okay, we're back to the 5000 with a 25-inch double D. This is nearly as big as they come. Well, they get bigger than this, but for all intents and purposes, it's a pretty big coil. When you're looking for serious gold and you want depth, the bigger the coil, the bigger the gold. However, you do sacrifice a lot of small pieces. So you've got to try and find a good balance where you're going to get some fairly decent gold compared to some of the big gold. So I use a 25-inch double D when I know there's big gold in the area. On a 5000 modified, again, it's got to be modified. You'll see the difference in non-modified. I'll show you this, and this is only on a 21 gram piece target, 21 gram piece of lead ball, same as we've done with all our other tests. And I'll show you what the response is on a 25-inch double D. The reason we use a double D is because you can work the machine in normal. By working the machine in normal, the ground does get quieter, which means those faint targets can come up at you. And you do get that little bit extra depth. On a double D, it seems to be getting extra depth because the ground is a little bit quieter. I'll show you what I mean, and we'll see how this target response with the 25-inch double D. Gain is at 3 o'clock, frequency position is 0, and standard frequency. Okay, fairly quiet around the ground. You get a little few noises coming around the ground like that. Make sure you're in balance and knocks them out. They're not for everyone, these coils. However, when you do come across the target, you'll find it. Now we'll come across the target, coming up to the target now. Good response, you won't miss that. Balance next to it if you think you're unsure, although that's a fairly good target response. Come around the rest of the ground. As you can see, It's not too bad. A few little hiccups. If you think you hear something, balance next to it. Balance, gone. If you think you hear something, balance. Go over it again, gone. You go over the target, balance. Go over again. Still there, must investigate it. Good response with the 25-inch double D. If you're looking for serious gold, with large serious gold, 25-inch double D on a modified 5000 is definitely the way to go. However, it's not for everyone. They are a heavy coil, although I understand there's a light one coming out. But if you use a hip stick, the hip stick is the most important piece in your arsenal, really, because with the hip stick, I've got, look, and I'm off the ground. I'm off the ground, I feel no weight on the shoulders. The hip stick's doing all the work, and that's thanks to Jonathan Porter. Jonathan Porter put us all onto the hip stick nearly 20 years ago, and that's been the best invention, these hip sticks. This one's from Gold Seeker. It's quite a good one because it's adjustable. So it adjusts for small coils, big coils. If you've got bad backs, they're quite good. It's not a plug for Gold Seeker, it's just I'm telling you what I use. That's a very good response. Okay guys, we've got the 5000 modified. We have it, the gain at the 3 o'clock position with the frequency on standard, going over the same target once again. It's a 15-inch evolution coil nugget finder. We'll see what response we're getting on this target now. We'll make sure we're in balance. You can hear the rest of the ground, fairly quiet, it's not too bad, a little bit noisy. A little bit of EMI. We'll come around to the target. See what the response will be like. Coming around to the target. As you can see, pretty good response. Come around over here. Okay, when you hear that, you balance. Make sure you balance. Gone. Whenever you think you hear a noise, balance. Gone. Come back over here. Even though that's a clear and distinct target, you might want to balance just to double check. You can get some clay domes doing that sort of sound. Balance next to it. You won't balance the target out. Make sure you're always in balance. Good response. That's a good response from a modified 5000 with a 15-inch evolution coil. And we're back with the 6000 with the standard 11-inch coil, 11-inch round. We'll see if that gets this target. We've got a target here, as I said, it's a 21 gram round ball of lead. We're in maximum sensitivity. Hear the ground. We're pretty well in balance. You're not getting that target. Unfortunately, you'd walk over that target. We'll go to auto 1 and see if that makes any difference. Always make sure you're in balance. Make sure you're always in balance. Auto 1 a little bit quieter. It's quietening the ground up. Come around the machine, come around the target. Coming up to the target now. Okay, so we've tried all the coils. We've tried all the coils on the 6000, and none of them have gotten that target. The 6000 is really designed for small pieces, and it'll outdo itself on small pieces. But the larger targets that are deep in the ground, you might miss those, as according to these tests. We've got a 7000 Gpz 7000 with a nugget finder 12-inch coil now against that same target, still the same round 21 gram ball. We'll see what the response is. Generally the smaller coils will be better on smaller stuff. We'll just see what the response is. We're still in general difficult, sensitivity 15. However, being a small coil, we'll try high yield as well, but first we'll go general difficult, just to see if that makes a difference. Okay, so we've got the 12-inch, and here we go around the ground. You can hear the ground response around the ground. Pretty good. Remember, we're moving slow. It's a slow moving machine. Now we're just about ready to approach the target. You'd probably miss that target. Even though it is there, you'd probably miss it. There is a bit of ground noise around. It's there only because you know it's there. Otherwise, you'd probably walk over it. But remember, they're designed for smaller gold. We'll put the machine in high yield and see what in high yield it does. Because that was general. Okay, now we're in high yield. Make sure you balance up again, very important, must be in balance at all times. Okay, we're in high yield this time. As you can see, in high yield, you're not getting it. So you're not getting that target with this coil. But remember, this coil, and they're made for smaller gold. Smaller gold, there'll be a better response on smaller gold. This is a 21 gram piece of lead deep, and we're going for smaller gold with this coil. So bigger gold, bigger coils. Okay, we'll keep trying. Okay, we're down to a 6000. The 6000 is really designed for small gold, but can get large pieces as well. We're going to start off with just with 12 by 7, very small coil, nugget finder coil, 12 by 7. Excellent for very small, for tiny gold, excellent. For deeper, larger nuggets, little bit of a different story. We'll try it on the same gram. That's a 21 gram piece of lead with a 12-inch by 7 on a 6000. I doubt if we'd get that, but we're going to try it anyway. You can hear the ground. We're in maximum sensitivity, manual. Coming across the ground. Okay. Not a sound, not a peep. However, as to be expected, because it's a fairly deep target, it's 350 mil down. These coils on this machine is designed to pick up the very tiny stuff at depth too, but it'll be tiny, not designed for that. But now we'll change coils and we'll see what difference that makes. Got the 19-inch Evolution on a modified 5000. So same target again. Once again, it's on that same target. It's always on that same target. It's a 21 gram ball, round ball. We'll try and see what this 19-inch Evolution coil does on that. With a modified 5000, in the frequency is standard, but the gain is at 3 o'clock position. We'll have a listen to what this target response is like. Being in Evolution's a little bit noisier, surface noise. Always balance. We'll come up to the target now. Good response. Go around the ground again. Always check your balance. Always make sure you're in balance. They are a little bit noisier, the Evolutions, on the surface. But you won't miss that target. We'll do the same thing, always balance, come back around to the target. You can work these a bit quicker, a little bit noisier. When you hear things like that, balance, make sure you're in balance, check it over. Balance, gone. So the target, if you're unsure, balance. The target will always be in the same spot and it always sound the same. It won't diminish. If it starts diminishing, make sure you're in balance. And that's a good response from a 19-inch Evolution. Remember, the bigger the coil, the bigger the gold. We've got plenty more to come. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing and I hope you're getting something out of it. Feel free to subscribe, as they keep saying. I hope that these have been of some use and some benefit to watch if you're watching it. I'm just sharing what I've found, and I hope it can help other people along the way. Thanks for watching.